Hi everybody, this is Gammy. Another day, another beautiful morning as well at the King Street station. And this time, I am heading towards danger. This road will take me into a place where I will ironically be heading towards. It's slightly chilly, but still enough heat. Like some of the cherry blossom or dogwood flowers are starting to grow. Soon we'll be fully in spring, and it's going to look super pretty. Alright, I was a bit too quiet for some reason when I recorded this, so this is a re-recording. Right there is Penny Hill Cemetery, and where I'm going to move the camera briefly is the Alexandria National Cemetery. This is one of the southbound roads that the 34 will take. And speaking of the 34, I am pretty much close to the Lee Center, but for some reason I did not record that. So here's me walking. So the bus that I'm looking for won't come in the next 20-30 minutes. So what I'm going to do is walk along the area and see if I can find a bench to sit at. Well, look who won the pony. Look who won the pony. So here in the Southwest Quadrant, not that many buses come and serve this area. Right there is the 34, so on this side of Route 1, only one bus comes in. And then if you cross to the other line over there, past those lights, that's going to be the 10A and the 10B for the Metro bus, which I don't know what the new buses are going to be called, which post-production I will mention it later on that bottom screen, I think. See, I tried finding a lot of older maps of the original Dash bus system, but to my luck I could not find any. So to my knowledge, the 34 is the one of the newer buses, though there have been previous buses that does serve this area, sort of like at least the AT7 used to serve like the recreation center right behind me, and then I think the AT2 and the AT3 did like some stops nearby. And speaking of special routes and special places, the 34 is the only bus that uses the Route 1 transitway at Potomac Yards. So to further elaborate what I was trying to convey from the past, the AT7 used to start from the rec center, then head up to King Street, then to Van Dorn Street, and then to Landmark. Assuming that it went and used the now 32 line. If you wanted to use the Dash bus to go to Potomac Yards, if I remember correctly, based off of the research that I could only find, you would start at the rec center, take the AT3, I believe, to the Pentagon, which I'm just going to point at the nose of my rent-free roommate, and then find whatever type of bus to head back down to the Potomac Yard area, which I'll just point at this end of this expo marker. Nowadays, this route is a lot more easier to go from the rec center to the Potomac Yard area, because back in the day, there really wasn't that much going on with the Potomac Yard area. It was mostly just a giant soccer field. But now that development has been added, the need to add a route that would connect to City Hall, the power station, and then to Potomac Yards was a lot more feasible. So anyways, where was I? Oh yeah, I'm already on the bus. Alright, back to the video. Alrighty, let's get into the basic facts on this route. As I mentioned, it's Dash's newest route, beginning service September of 2021. One thing I forgot to mention is this route originally terminated at Braddock Road Metro Station, but when the Potomac Yard Station opened in May of 2023, they opted to change the terminus to where it is now. This bus does run 7 days a week from Mondays through Fridays. Service starts and ends at 5 a.m. to 10 p.m. northbound and 5 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. southbound. They both run every 30 minutes. Saturday's service starts and ends from 6:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. northbound and 7 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. southbound. Both routes also run every 30 minutes. Sunday's service starts and ends from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. northbound and 7:30 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. southbound, both only running every hour. Now let's take a look into ridership data for us nerds. In 2024, this bus boarded on average 9,239 riders per month, 308 riders per day, or 25 riders per hour. That's within a 12-hour period. So most likely you're expected to see at least 7 to 15 people board this bus. For January and February of this year, 2025, this route had 9,552 and 8,799 riders. This is actually a massive spike compared to last year's numbers of January and February, which received 6,757 and 7,364 respectively. Monthly, this does make this the fourth least used bus in the whole system. Technically, the second least used bus if you're going to remove the weekday only services from the list. But all in all, it's not a bad number, honestly. It's not bad for a brand new bus. Also, this bus does get a lot more popular around October to December, where you do see at least 10,000 riders per month, which is pretty cool. So right now we are in Abingdon Road. What you're about to see is this bus make a mandatory stop because we're about to cross a railroad. This railroad is technically considered active, so by law it has to make a mandatory stop. That line in particular is going to go all the way down to Orinoco Park and then the former Robinson terminal, which I believe is now going to be urban development. You're going to see this bus again make a mandatory stop because again, this is active rail. This was and still is currently owned by Norfolk Southern. Funny enough, both me and YouTuber Shortline819 had a good discussion about this line being used for urbanism. And what I am about to say is that there will be like a series of video in the future where I'm going to discuss a lot about not just that right of way, but all of the Route 1 corridor, because this is a road that I've grown up for at least 18 years until I moved to Annandale and then later on Alexandria. And right now what you're about to see is the bus transfer from the regular Route 1 down to the Crystal City Potomac Yard Transitway, which the Metroway also uses. And yes, a lot like the Metroway, this bus will stop when the lights turn red. There is no signal priority for this transitway. And yes, I will also be covering Metroway and the two well, soon to be 3 transit ways in the future Route 1 mini-series. So consider this not only the debut for the dashing ones, but also the backdoor pilot for the upcoming Route 1 mini-series. So yes, all in all, it is a pretty good route. It does a lot to avoid the George Washington Parkway, and it does its best to just only use just a very tiny fragment of Route 1's traffic by just using the transit way. It does have low ridership, but as you're seeing right there, there is development still growing, and then on the other side of the road, which you're not seeing, there's even more like apartment and housing that are still being built. So we've yet to see the potential of this. Plus it's a fairly new road, so I do expect to see like a lot of pretty good, like say, ridership in the near future. That's just the optimism in me. But otherwise, what you're about to see here is what is considered to be the worst or the most confusing bus stop in all of Metroway. Somehow this has signal priority. Yet when I was on that bus-only transit way, there was no signal priority. Somehow I got lucky and we only stopped once. So, yeah. Anyways, you're about to see this bus turn into the Potomac Yard station, and you will see me coming out of it now. So I decided to get off the Potomac Yard station just to show you this. This was meant to be the proposed arena that was meant to be built next to the station, but that fell through, and Capital One Arena will be getting some much needed renovations. So as you see this dash bus pass by, that will be the terminus by the shopping center over there. What is that, the 36A? That goes to Mark Center Station. Maybe we'll ride one of those one of these days. But that does it for this pretty fun and nice video. I hope y'all happy. So anyways, that would be the terminus, the Potomac Yard Shopping Center. Also, just one other thing. Right there, WMATA's now like releasing their brand new like buzz signs just to indicate the upcoming changes for the Better Bus Network. So the Metroway bus will become the A1X, A meaning Alexandria, 1 being the bus route, and then the X standing for Express. And no, to my knowledge, you are at least paying regular fares, which is a good thing, though confusing. Anyways, I hope y'all have a fantastic day. Be sure to like, subscribe, do all the good stuff, and have a great day.